Hello DSE Committee, this is John Cornelio from WestburyNational. I am very proud to introduce you to a project that we completed this year. It is the University of Guelph, located right here in Guelph, Ontario.
As a central administrative and student hub on campus, the University Centre was perceived as a worn-out building that lacked a lot of the functionality that a central facility on campus would require, including modernized amenities and technology.
You've got to be on top of everything and make sure that you're making smart, good investments in things that people expect. And I mean, when you see digital signs, they're everywhere.
We have something that's very engaging for people. When they see the signs, they stop, they're watching them, and we can see that level of interaction.
A lot of people usually start with the technology, but really where we needed to start was our goals. What do we want to achieve? From that, we were able to expand it to, okay, we know what we want to achieve, who is our target audience, what resources do we need to put this together? For example, when we launched this fall in September, we had over 85 unique pieces of motion graphics content for our program.
A key part of our success has been the partnership that we developed with WestburyNational. Through working with them on this project, we are able to meet our central goal of modernizing the University Centre.
And when I first looked at the University Centre and saw this one particular area, it just screamed out to me that we needed to have a 1x4 display.
And we didn't want to run just normal communications content. This is to be digital art. It's to enhance the experience of being in the building. It's to enhance all of the events that we have in the University Centre.
We needed to be cautious about the solution that we provided, knowing that the budget was going to be tight, and using regular LCD displays, we're able to put these displays together, but dynamically through content make it look like it was a big screen and make it seem like it was a video wall. So we were able to meet the needs of the university and stay on budget, but give it a bigger impression.
One of the biggest differences with the University Centre is that we're the central hub for all communications, which means we're willing to accept every department's content. Intel research says that animated content is 5 times more likely to be seen than static content, and so we set very early on in our goals that we are not going to support static JPEG content. We felt that the best way to maintain a high quality of standard is to have our own design studio.
So it doesn't look like a jumble of mismatched messages. It all reflects the university very positively. It stays on brand, it stays on message, and it really gives us a consistent, congruent look and feel to the program.
That managed program means that we're going to have a defined loop length. We're going to have someone who's monitoring and paying attention to the audience, reviewing it to make sure that it's compliant with the university's advertising policies as well as their brand guidelines.
The digital screens allow me to get out messaging that's consistent and reliable and trustworthy, so that members of our community know that it's coming from a reliable source.
We made a commitment to the university that we won't have more than 20% external advertising, and we've been able to, within that budget of 20% advertising, bring in enough revenue to keep this sign program running.
There's a reason why they say content is king, and it truly is. If you can't make the message come across in a very dynamic way, the message won't be seen.
Recent research shows that if someone looks at a digital sign 3 times and the information isn't relevant to them, they won't look to it again for a source of information. Content shouldn't go stale, events shouldn't be advertised past their expiry dates. We ensured we covered key waiting areas like the registrar's office where people line up to change their courses. We looked at elevators where people will press a button and wait. We've created a managed content program that focuses on our campus community. In order to do that, we had to pay a lot of attention to the content mix. We've split that out into 20% encouragement, 10% emotion, 20% advertise, and 30% educate. Educate is to educate your audience about something they didn't know. Something like stress buster tips for students, cybersecurity tips to keep people safe. Encouragement is a clip that encourages someone to take an action as a result of the clip. Easiest sense, follow us on social media, come to an event. Entertainment is a very important part of the loop. What's great about entertainment is if someone watches a clip and they laugh or they find it entertaining, they're going to look again. That's really important to get repeat views to the digital signs. Emotion is show how your organization connects to the community and to the people. So for us, we've got Motivational Mondays, inspirational tips that we show, our participation in Mental Health Awareness Week.
The next step with the digital signs is to integrate them with our emergency notification system. That way we'll be able to deliver specific emergency messages to specific people in specific buildings. I can't think of a better way to get that message out there more effectively than through these digital screens.
Being the first point of contact, first impressions are lasting ones, obviously. The parents park, they walk into the building, and this is the first thing that they're hit with, and we feel that's going to have a very positive effect and help us to attract additional applications in competitive times.
The feedback we've received regarding the signs has been fantastic. Our students are excited to have this technology available to them to be able to promote their events and activities. Our staff and faculty members now have a modernized way to connect with our students day to day and be able to get their message heard and brought across to the campus.
The digital signage, I think, has just emphasized that even more for students when they enter the building. It gives them a warm feeling of the campus, gives them an immediate snapshot of the things that are going on.
This was a pretty reasonable investment that we've made, and as I see it and notice it and see people using it, we'll continue to make the investment throughout the campus, because the more and more it's seen, the more and more it's expected to be seen.